and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to your twin flame reading. Let's begin with a channeled message from your twin flame. Let's see what your twin flame wants you to know. What are the words from your twin flame? We have some cards jumping out of the deck already. And we are going to also have an extended reading, and we'll go deeper into their actions and what they are wanting to do at this time. So we have, I know you are the one. So these are the words that your twin flame is saying. I had so much time to come to the realization that you are the one. You are the one that I've never been able to completely let go of. No matter what has happened in my life, no matter what is going on with you, I've never been able to let go of you or our connection. And it's taken me this long to come to that realization that you must be the one, because I've never forgotten you. I've never stopped loving you. The feelings that I have for you have never stopped. I may have had to run from these feelings that I have for you, but they have always been there. And I know that I've tried to distract myself from these feelings that I have for you. But at the end of the day, it always comes back to me realizing that I know now that you are the one. And so I've also had a lot of time to consider what it is that I want in my life. And a lot of the times I may have been preoccupied with things that may not have been important but seemed important at the time. But I've had a lot of time since you and I have, connected really deeply, for me to know that I want to give us a chance. And I know that it's been a while, so I don't really know how you feel. I don't know if you feel the same for me. I don't know if you've forgiven me for shutting you out of my life. I don't know if you are willing to start over again, because it's been so long, because both you and I have moved on. So even though I want to give us a chance, even though I know that you are the one for me, there's still a big question mark as to how you feel and what you want. And so I need to have a lot of courage to actually reach out to you, because I do want to reach out to you, but I feel it's not the right time. I feel unsure of how you're going to react. I fear your rejection. I feel that once I reach out to you, your hurt, your anger may be triggered, which will not lead to what it is that I want with you. And I do want to have peace with you. I do want forgiveness. And it just seems like if I'm not sure, then it's not the right time to reach out to you. So if you're wondering why I'm not reaching out, it's because I'm unsure of how you're going to react. I'm unsure if you feel the same way. But please know that, excuse me, wherever you're at, that I do still have these feelings for you, and that I do love you, and that I do want to give us a chance. So that is your channeled message. So your twin flame has had a lot of time to reconsider where they were at in terms of your connection. It's like they're being drawn back to you. They're being reminded of the love that both of you share, even if they have been in denial, even if they've been running from it. Like the universe is bringing them back to how they really feel about you and the connection. So they do want to reach out. It's just a matter of they're not sure how you feel. Okay. So let us continue on with where you're at. What is going on with you and your connection? Can we please gain insight? Also, please be advised that there are several fake Instagram accounts that may be following you, pretending to be me. They may be asking you for money or asking you for a reading or giving you some kind of sob story. Please know that that's not me. I don't operate that way. So please, to help keep yourself safe and our community, please be sure to block and report these scammer accounts. Thank you all so very much. So let's see where you are at. And then we'll get into some guidance for you and what is coming up for you and your twin flame. Okay, so we're taking all of these. They literally just slipped out of my hand. Okay, so we'll worry about these later. Okay. So we have the Five of Voices, which is the Five of Swords. We have the Two of Emotions, which is the Two of Cups. We have the Three of Voices, guys, which is Three of Swords. What's going on? And then we have the Nine of Emotions, which is the Nine of Cups. So I'm getting like, as much as you are feeling the connection and feeling the love, it's like you're being also overwhelmed with doubt, indecision. You're conflicted with going back or moving on. It's like your thoughts are like bombarding you. But you are really in your emotions as well when it comes to the connection. With the Two of Cups and the Nine of Cups, like you're feeling the connection on a deeper level. But within your mind, it doesn't make sense. It's like, why do I feel this way? Because there's no physical evidence that anything is happening. There's no physical evidence that they're even the one. So how can I believe in something? So you're feeling it in your heart. You're feeling this partnership because Two of Cups, Two of Emotions is like partnership. It's divine partnership that you're feeling but you're in denial of. You don't, it's like you don't want to believe it. You can't believe it. So you're in this constant conflict, and you're kind of using your feelings from the past, so feelings of resentment, abandonment, rejection, betrayal, you're using those emotions as reason to do what you're doing in the connection, whether that's holding back or withholding love or not doing anything or being stubborn or doubting. You're using your feelings as something tangible to go on when it comes to your connection. But the universe is saying not to do that, because this is a card of wish fulfillment. And the universe is saying, when you quiet your mind, when you go into that meditative state, when you quiet your mind, when you quiet your mind of all of these swords, all of these doubts, that you will come to realize the truth. And that truth shall set you free from the limiting doubt, from the limiting beliefs you have about your connection and about your twin flame. So right now you're like caught in the middle of feeling that love and trusting it, and from going based on past emotions and using that to base your decisions or your thoughts. So it's like your emotions, you don't know whether you can trust them. So rather than trust the good feeling emotions, you're tending to trust the old feelings, the hurt, the pain, the resentment. And it's causing you to have this confusion, this conflicted energy. Excuse me. And the universe is like bringing you back, saying hello. The universe is reawakening you to your heart space. Excuse me. Someone's having a throat chakra block. So you're unable to speak your truth. And because you're unable to speak your truth, your twin flame is also caught in not being able to express their love to you. So you're both kind of, excuse me, held back in this energy of not being able to express your love. So it's keeping you held. It's keeping you like on pause from continuing your forward movement. But I do see you as stepping out of this pain. That especially with where everything is at on the planet, we are in this phase of purging the old systems, the old structures, the old ways of being. And so I really do see this as disintegrating. Like if you had all of these thoughts in place regarding your twin flame, that they hurt you, that they betrayed you, that they abandoned you, that they rejected you, that was a structure you had in place firmly. But with the energies now on the planet, that structure can no longer stand. It no longer has power. And so it's being disintegrated into thin air. So anything that you are still feeling when it comes to your twin flame and your connection, anything negative, like even if you're trying to grasp it to remember that feeling, it's like not there anymore. It's like you're reaching into thin air, but those feelings, like there's a slight memory of it, but when you try to latch onto it, you're not able to anymore, because what's overpowering is your sense of unity, your sense of oneness. So I do see this as your heart is overriding your thoughts. Your heart is overriding all the doubt, all the pain, all the sorrow that used to be there. And what I love about the Nine of Cups is that it is a card of wish fulfillment. It's one of my favorite cards of the deck. So I'm so glad that it showed up for you today, because it is the universe confirming to you that what you want is happening for you, whether you believe it or not, whether you see it or not, whether you even accept it or not. You are in this energy of your wishes coming true. So if you were wanting, even secretly, union or happily ever after or fulfillment in the areas of love, that it is happening. As hard as you try to hold on to this pain, resentment, it doesn't have power over you anymore. The universe, that the energies that are present on the planet do not allow for these structures to stay in place. They cannot be sustained in the new energy. So when you hear things that are happening with the solar flares, with the solar winds, that in itself is changing our vibration as a planet. So the planet cannot keep with, like, cannot keep in place old structures of the old earth. The vibrations of the planet will only sustain union, unity, oneness, love, prosperity, harmony. That is what the energies of the planet are sustaining right now. So everything that isn't in there is just disintegrating. It's just disappearing as we speak, disappearing before our very eyes. And so this is happening on an energetic level, and soon we will be able to see the physical evidence of that transition, of that transformation. So you are transitioning out of the old, and you are in this energy of unity consciousness. Your state of being, your vibration no longer can hold on to the hurt and the pain. You may try, out of habit, out of like it being a security blanket, but the universe is like, you can let that go now. The universe is gently taking that security blanket away because you no longer need it. The universe is saying you are safe in this new vibration of oneness, of unity consciousness. You are safe in this space. You don't need to bring your old stuff with you, because we can't. We can't. Like, we have to leave all that baggage at the door. So you're in an amazing place. And I say this every week because I see it like as a progression, that even though we may be dealing with stuff from the past, They are just residual stuff out of habit, because we've been dealing with it for so long. Like, it's almost like we're saying to the universe, but this is the way I am. I'm so used to experiencing abandonment and rejection and betrayal. Like, this feels normal. And the universe is like, there. That's okay. You may think that, you may believe that, but that's not the truth. There. I'm kidding. Um, the universe is very loving and will, in its unabounding, is that a word? In its endless love for you, will continue to guide you and support you and encourage you out of the old ways, out of the old system. So if you're still feeling these residual feelings of sadness, loneliness, it's like the residue of has left, what has left the building. It's like residual memory of, yeah, I'm so used to feeling this way. I think I still feel this way. But when you hold on to it, it's like you can think it, but it's like it's different. It's like it's not there anymore. It doesn't have that like, it's like an electrical charge that triggers you to be like, oh yeah. It's like that shot of adrenaline where you think of that pain and you're like, oh yeah, there it is. It's like we were addicted to it. So the universe is gently weaning us off of that drug, or off those drugs of feeling those old emotions. And it's not to say that we're never going to feel them, but what I keep hearing is that we are no longer going to choose it, because we know that we can choose better. We know now that we have the choice. In the past, we thought we didn't have a choice when it came to love or relationship or our twin flame connection or our twin flame. We thought we didn't have a choice, but now we have a choice, because every day we're waking up to the knowing, to the memory that we are the creators. You actually created your twin flame. I'm dating myself. There's a really old movie I saw when I was a teenager back in the 80s or early 90s. It was called Weird Science. And these two high school kids with a computer built their perfect woman. And they built her out of all of these images and what they wanted. And they built their perfect woman. So, in your experience, through pain, through joy, through what you want, what you wish for, and even what you don't want, you created your twin flame. That's crazy. But when you think about it, they have all the attributes that you love and some that you may hate. They may even embody some qualities that you experienced as trauma in your past, in your childhood. And out of default, you constructed your twin flame. But now we have the choice. Because we are continuously creating. So you can continuously create your union and your twin flame to be what you want. You get to choose. It's like every day, every moment is like choose your adventure, choose your, yeah, you get to choose. So today you can choose your twin flame to be loving and adoring and supportive and there for you and open and vulnerable and sensual and like anything that you could possibly want, just by focusing on it. But when you're focusing on how you constructed them in the past, then yeah, that image of them, that reflection of them will keep showing up. So just think of your twin flame, think of your life as a real hologram. And whatever your program is your view of the world, of people, of your twin flame, of love. It's just a projection of what you have in here, your beliefs. So when you believe your twin flame to be your perfect match or just everything that you ever wanted, that's how they're going to show up. We just have to reprogram so that the hologram, the image, is matching to what is in our mind. Because right now they are matching your thoughts. So they're showing up to you as how you created them in the past when you were hurt, when you were living out of your woundedness. That was then. This is now. We don't have to live out of our wounds anymore, because that doesn't serve us. It's not empowering. It's debilitating. So why would we? Okay. So I'm really loving where you're at. And it's only getting better because of the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. Like, these are union cards. But it will take for you to experience it, for you to believe it. Because I can come on here every week and tell you there's union, but not until it clicks and you feel it and you believe it will you see it. But blessed are those that can believe it without seeing it. And soon you will. You will. This 5 of Swords and 3 of Swords are bye-bye. They're the old, this is like the old stuff. And we're experiencing the shift of the upgrade. You're experiencing the upgrade in your union, in your perception. You're seeing things now, at least feeling them from a 5D perspective, because that's the upgrade. You're upgrading your 3D experience. You're upgrading to the 5D perception and experience of your connection. So you may very well be leading your connection, but I do feel like this is happening for both you and your twin flame. So if you're still feeling the old stuff, just know that that is residual, that it is part of the process of the upgrade. Okay, so let's continue on and see where your twin flame is at. Where are they at? What are they up to? What's going on with them? And all of these decks are pre-shuffled, but I like to just do another shuffle for you on camera. So let's see where they're at. We want to know because sometimes it's just good to know. Sometimes we have no idea. Most of the time we have no idea. Where are they at? Where are they at? I love it. Page of Wands, the Moon. We have the Lovers, and we have the Hanged Man. So I really feel like this is confirming what with the channeled message was because they're on pause when it comes to your connection. They're hesitant because I want to say you're hiding your feelings so they can't detect how you feel. And if they would just go within, which the same is for you, if you just go within, you would both start to trust that the love is there. But right now, they're going based on their thoughts, just as you were. So, based on their thoughts, they're going by, well, I'm unsure, I'm uncertain of how they feel, so I am not going to step forward yet because I really don't know how they feel. So they're biding their time. They're waiting for the right moment because they don't feel that it's the right time. But where they're at is that they totally feel you. They totally are in, I don't want to say in touch with well, I want to say they're in touch with how they feel about you, and they're so desirous of having this connection because what they're experiencing now is that it's the only real thing. Everything else is like, it's like to them, your connection is what makes sense. To them, your connection is what feels real. Everything else is just like played out or doesn't feel real. And it is because of the energies on the planet. Like we're like stuff that we really wanted. It's like, do I even still want that? But when it comes to your soul, when it comes to your heart, you're like, I do want connection. I do want to have a sense of feeling at home. And for the most part, we have that with our twin flame because it leads us back to feeling home within ourselves. Because that's why the whole journey started. We felt like we just wanted to feel that sense of home. And so we went outside of ourselves to look for it, or to, our soul was longing for it, searching for it, searching for a feeling of home. You meet your twin flame, boom, you have that sense of feeling home, but then it just directs you back to knowing what that feels like within yourself. So your twin flame journey has only led you back to feeling at one with yourself. So this has gone on for both of you, but at the same time for them, they're still in disbelief that you want the same thing, or they're in disbelief that they can actually have this because they may have been running from it for a long time. They may have been denying it. And so to all of a sudden be in full acceptance, you know, they're going to go back and forth. So they're in this pause, but the passion for your connection has reawakened them, and it is stronger than ever. They feel your connection, and you're always on the back of their minds, no matter where they are or who they're with. It's like they can't deny your connection anymore. But they will not yet move forward until they have all the facts, kind of thing. Like they may be waiting to find out if you're available. They may be waiting to find out if you feel the same. They may be waiting to find out if you've forgiven them. They may be waiting for all of this stuff, which is why they're on pause, before they act. Because there is this undeniable passion. Like, it's like falling in love for the first time, or falling in love all over again with you, falling in love with love. So they're now reawakening because they have been asleep to this for a long time. But there is this intense longing. You see, there's beside the moon, two wolves howling at the moon. This is the longing that twin flames feel towards one another. And your twin flame cannot deny that longing anymore. Your connection has a lot to do with the moon cycles. And when it's full moon, it's like, oh my God, these feelings of longing and desire become unbearably intense. So that's how they feel. But until they know where you're at, it may take a while before they actually make it known to you. Because they could also be going with your vibe. So if they're picking up you being conflicted, doubting them, recreating them as the old version, as the 1.0, and now it's 2.0, like if you're still in that version of the game, then they're like, well, like it's off, right? So they're gonna go by your vibe. If you're still holding them in that image of the old version, then it's not going to be a match because they're wanting to be in the new 2.0 version. So until that is in alignment, then it won't be a match. But the desire alone is pulling you both like magnets. Their desire for you is like off the charts. They have this, and it's what I'm hearing, it's more intense than a sexual desire. And we all know that sexual desire can be really intense. It can get like obsessive. So there is kind of this obsessive energy when it comes to you that maybe right now they would never admit to you. They're gathering more evidence of, when to take action. I want to go on more, but I mean, because I'm comparing the energies, but I want to say they're very similar. You're experiencing things at the same time. Well, not at the same time, but like synchronistically, like you're on the same page. You're getting the same messages, symbols, the universe pointing you in the direction, saying, over here, over here. And you're both like, but, what about back there where, it felt familiar? But I do see you both moving out of that familiarity because I'm hearing it's like boring. It's like the old version, and you are now in the upgraded version of reality that no one wants to go revisit. Like, so done. This is more exciting. This is where the possibility is at for not only union, we make union such a big deal, but that's just like the byproduct or the cherry on top. Like what you're experiencing now, whether you're together or not, is like where the juice is. It's like that's where the good stuff is. It's you in this transition. It's you in the upgrade. It's you of getting to experience a whole new realm of what is possible, a whole new realm of possibility, because it's here for you. We're in the upgraded version of reality. So whatever you choose is what you get to experience. So what I'm seeing here is that you're both wanting the same thing. So at least you're on the same page in terms of, your connection. You're both wanting the same thing. It's very sexy. And I never say that. Don't know why I said that, but that was what came up. Okay, so let's continue on with what do you need to know that is showing up in your connection? What is showing up? What do you need to know about that's showing up in your connection? What do you need to know about that we don't know about that's showing up? What do you need to know about? Okay. Did I mention there will be an extended? Yes, I did. We're going to see what their actions are. More secret messages for you. I always love seeing what the secret messages are. Okay. The universe is saying, make space. I think this came up last week. Maybe it was in the extended. Make space in your life for your twin flame. So make space in your schedule. Make space in your bed. Make space in your closet. Make space in your heart. So when you're making space, you have to clear out what is the clutter. So you got to clear out old stuff. You got to clear out the baggage. You got to clear out resentment. There's no room for them in your heart when there's resentment. Makes sense, right? So you got to clear out the resentment. You got to clear out the fear of being abandoned, being rejected, being betrayed. You got to clear that out there, because if those are still in your heart, there is no space to experience what you want to experience, which is love, union, adoration, fulfillment, So you have to make space, because right now there's no space. There's no space for your twin flame in your life. So the universe is saying, until you make space, until you've truly forgiven them, and I know I say this a lot, but you may have forgiven your twin flame, but did you forgive your sibling? Did you forgive your ex-boyfriend? Did you forgive your ex-spouse? Did you forgive your ex-lover? Did you forgive your parent? Mother, father, stepfather, stepmother, grandparent, aunt, uncle, teacher, police officer, government official, like whoever it was, because all of that adds up. And when there is still resentment towards any of those individuals, there's absolutely no space for your twin flame. Twin flame connection, twin flame union will not sustain when all of this resentment is around. It's like weeds, that there's love trying to blossom, but it's full of stuff that doesn't support growth. So resentment and unforgiveness towards any individuals is what is inhibiting growth. So there's no space for growth to happen when you have resentment towards anyone. It could be towards a cousin, aunt, uncle, sibling, neighbor, your best friend in fourth grade, your distant relative, some person that cut you off while you were driving yesterday, all of that adds up. So the universe is saying you have to have a completely open heart to receive your twin flame union fully. And union is not just the way we think union should be, but it is meant to be long lasting. It is meant to be harmonious. And we have the tools to allow that by weeding out what doesn't support growth. Because you have the power to transform what you don't want into what you do want. The universe is saying that you don't believe in your own ability to heal others. You're not fully in the belief yet that the power is in your hands. You don't yet believe that you are a powerful being. You don't yet believe that you are a powerful sovereign being that still believes that life is happening to you. You still haven't completely got around that you are the creator of your life based on your beliefs and your feelings and your thoughts. And most of the time, our reality is created by default. So the universe wants you to know that you've been creating your connection by default, by your experiences from ex-lovers, ex-partners, ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, parents. You've been building your connection. You've been constructing your twin flame based on all that stuff. But the power is in your hands to see them as your true divine partner without all the stuff that you gave them. And you're like, but they did this, and they're like this, and they're this, and they're this. See, this is you not being sovereign. This is you accepting that that life is happening to you, but it came from you. And I know that can be hard to believe, but you can Google it. We are all powerful creators. We are just conditioned to not think that way. We're conditioned to think that we are helpless. Life just happens to us. But that's like the lazy way. And I know what that feels like because I thought that way too. I thought that life just happened and we just had to deal with whatever happens to us. I didn't realize at the time that I was creating those things or those circumstances or those incidences based on my belief of who I was and what I deserved. And, I based it on old learning that I learned from my parents, that I learned from my environment. But now those things I don't want to take on in my life because it doesn't resonate, it just feels better to know that we have the power to create, and it just makes more sense to me. Hopefully to you. So believe it. You created your twin flame as the most loving person or as the monster in the closet. Combination of both. Devil, angel. But the truth of who they are, the truth of who they are is divinity. And your projection of them is what you are perceiving. So you have the power. The power lies in your hands. They could be angel, they could be devil. This is potential. So the universe is saying that, you see how there is this child within? So this is a woman, and the inner child looks like a little boy. So consider that you hold within you your twin flames heart. You hold within you their inner child, and vice versa. Your twin flame holds your inner child in your heart. Because for some reason, it's easier to love our twin flame than to love our own inner child. Because we're conditioned to that. We're conditioned to love someone outside of ourselves more than we love ourselves. So if you can consider that the inner child within you is your twin flame's inner child, I feel like it's set up that way so that you could learn to love yourself. Because if you perceive it as your inner child is really your twin flame's inner child, you would have more tendency to nurture it rather than it being your own. Because in a sense, we've all experienced neglect. So we would neglect our own inner child. But if we knew that within me was my twin flame's inner child, I would be more like wanting to nurture him because he's within me. So I honestly could go on for hours about this concept, but you see, it says potential. So when you consider, whether you believe it or not, or believe we have an inner child or not, when you consider that your twin flame's heart is within you and vice versa, you can then take on the belief that when you go within, you're connecting with them. And in that lies so much potential for creating miracles, for creating instant manifestation, for creating instant union. There's so much potential in loving your twin flame from your inside. So knowing that you carry your twin flame's heart, they carry your heart, we would be more inclined to go within. We'd be more inclined to nurture our inner child because it's really our twin flame's inner child. And twin flames connect very much on an inner child level. In the sense like your best friends, you don't feel alone anymore, you have your playmate, you have your bestie for life, you enjoy doing the same things, you feel like kids when you're together. It's like your inner child and their inner child really connect. So the universe is saying there's so much potential when you keep this image of their inner child within you. You're more wanting to connect with your inner child because it's actually your twin flame. Because twin flames are one. We just chose to split at the beginning of time or during the Big Bang or whatever separation happened. And so they carry a part of you and you carry a part of them. Twin flames also carry the same inner child wounds. So you connect very much on that, but that is of the old. We're not going to connect with that. Have we gone over an hour yet? Oh my goodness. Okay, so what is coming up for you? And then we are going to go right into the extended reading. Okay, I'm really enjoying this reading today. I hope you guys are too. Thank you all for being here with me. What's coming up for you guys? What's coming up for you guys? I'll take this one. What's coming up for you in your twin flame? You're going to find out how they feel about you. This is the same card as the moon card. Hidden knowledge. So you're going to find out a secret that they've been holding, or the universe is going to reveal a secret to you that maybe you always wanted to know about your twin flame. So it says hidden knowledge, Akashic records, silent understanding. You are going to be bestowed with some information that will be so surprising to you that you are going to be like, what? How can this be? And I see it as like to confirm your twin flame connection. That is the kind of information that is coming. And you're going to see it almost before it happens. You're going to maybe dream about it. But I also see that you are able to see your future with your twin flame because your psychic ability is heightened and is getting more stronger day by day. So it's like your ability to read your future is you also you're creating it as you see it. So you're seeing union and you're creating union. And the universe is constantly by your side, assisting you, supporting you, keeping you like moving twin flames in the same direction to get home, kind of thing. So I do see this as like the information that you've always wanted to know, and then all of a sudden out of the blue you get the information and you're like, oh my gosh, I somehow knew it but I wasn't sure. Something like finding out that they've been thinking of you all this time and hearing it from them. Like they tell you something that you were doubting, but all along you knew it and you were right because they confirmed it, that they never forgot you, that they never stopped loving you. And at the same time, it's like a shock. You're like, what? But you knew it deep down. You knew it because of your own intuition, your own psychic ability. So I love that you're creating your union because your intuition is showing you that it's possible and showing you the way and showing you the steps. And it is, the universe working with you. So I do see this as definite forward movement. And I'm getting like what's coming up for you is like this big sigh of relief. It's like, oh my God, I can finally relax. I can finally have a good night's sleep because, what I was not knowing has now been confirmed, and I can get a good night's sleep. Or I can be rest assured that I wasn't making stuff up or that I was going crazy, that my twin flame was loving me all this time or never forgot me. So you're going to be hearing something from them. Or it could even be like confirmed by a close friend of theirs or a confidant or something they post on social media, maybe. And you're going to be like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew they loved me. I just startled Bestie the cat. And you are going to see the path. You're going to know the steps that are going to be taken by you and your twin flame. These steps are also towards your fulfillment, your enjoyment, your happiness, your creativity. You're going to see the path lit up for you because you're inspired by it, because it expresses who you are, it expresses your creativity and leads you back home. All paths lead back home, and that's where you are headed. So, good stuff coming. Be ready. And be ready to say, I knew it. I knew that they loved me this whole time. I knew that they wanted to be with me. You were right. So be ready. So that's what I have for you. This week's reading was so enjoyable. I really hope you enjoyed it too. I want to thank you all so much for all your support, for being here, for liking, subscribing, for following me on Instagram, for all your beautiful, wonderful comments that really touch my heart. They make my day. And to all of my clients who I know are watching, I love each and every one of you. I really, really do. You've added and you continue to add and bring so much to my own life and my own twin flame experience. So I thank you. And I would love to see you over on the extended. So be sure to click the link below and I'll see you there. But if this is where we end off, thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel free to reach out for your twin flame update reading to see what's going on in your specific situation, or to have your first twin flame reading, whatever it is. I would be honored to do your readings. And so, yes, that's what I have. So until next time, I am thanking you and wishing you all so much love and peace. Mwah, 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 mwah.